Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah. And today we're going to be discussing Alone with You by Martinez.
The first few minutes, we're going to do a brief review of this story without any spoilers. Then we're going to shift into a deeper book discussion that's going to include lots of spoilers. But don't worry, we're going to let you know before we do shift into that deeper book discussion.
Right. So before we shift over to that, Amy, tell us what the story is all about.
This emotional second chance romance is about a woman starting her life over, and she buys a restaurant to renovate and runs into a man from her past who is haunted by his internal demons. Sarah, what did you think about Alone with You?
Well, we are huge fans of Martinez, and if you ever meet her in person, she is absolutely hysterical. But I love, even with as funny as she is, that she writes these stories with these characters who endure a lot of trauma.
True.
And she does it really well. I like how she can write these heartbreakingly beautiful characters and still have humor throughout. She's really great about that. This story, it moved me, it surprised me, which it shouldn't surprise me. I kind of was getting on to myself because Martinez is, in my opinion, she's really, really good at the twists and the turns that you don't see coming, but you should suspect that they're going to come if you're familiar with any of her other stories.
Yes.
This one, I did not see it coming, and I was really annoyed with myself because I shouldn't be surprised at this point. I loved it. I loved these characters. I would have to say this is probably my favorite of hers.
Really?
Yeah.
I love to hear you say that.
Yeah, I love it. What did you think?
So true to, like you said, her MO, it's full of shocking twists and turns, which when you go on that fast-paced journey with her writing, it just really, I love that part so much about her writing style. It's very fast-paced. This was a win for me. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our ratings. Angst.
Do you think it would be more? Because doesn't the story fall under a thriller?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I didn't feel the thrill, so make a note of that. Maybe I'm not sure why they classified it as that. We can dive into that. But so for me, the angst was only a 1.5.
Okay.
And I really kind of felt that was a little bit high.
I was higher. I did
Really?
like 2.25
Really?
or so. Yeah. And I can tell you a little bit more about that in the deeper discussion. There are some heavy elements to it, which kind of is along the angst line for me.
I could see that.
And when we get into the deeper discussion, we can talk about why I felt that way.
Yeah. I guess I expected it to be way higher because I thought it was more thriller.
True,
like suspense thriller.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
The
like,
bar, with
happen?
the descriptors, the bar was higher for me. And so it's definitely lower than I thought.
Yeah, I lowered it, I think, based upon that. So.
All right, humor.
This was a 2 because
okay, it was way lower than you.
Really?
Did we read the same story?
Yes.
Okay, in the deeper discussion, tell me about some of these. Remind me.
I feel like
Should clarify, I did 0.75, so I was quite a bit lower than you.
What?
But sometimes when we do this in the quick review, in the deeper discussion we're talking through, we're like, oh, yes, oh, yeah, okay, there was a lot more humor than I recalled.
So. She made me laugh throughout. She really did.
I love that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be as funny for a
little
thriller.
bit. Okay, spiciness.
1.5.
Okay. That was what I have.
Oh, okay.
Same.
See, we didn't read the same book. We read the same book, guys.
Tastefully done.
It was. It always is.
Not too
Good
much,
job,
but
Allie.
tastefully done. All right, tears. Where'd you land on tears? I bet you're going to be... Okay, I knew you'd be higher than me.
Amy.
I did 2.5, and I didn't actually cry. Although, technically... I have to preface. Listeners, I have to preface. I probably would have cried on the scenes that really kind of lent themselves to the heaviness and the tears. I was a bit distracted and kept getting interrupted in my reading. And so I think that probably factored into me not crying. There are definitely a lot of opportunities for tears here, and heavy tears at that.
Amy's personal life interfered with this. It's a 4. It should only be a 4. Shame.
I'll talk more about that in the deeper discussion too. Overall.
As will I.
Overall.
5.
Okay. I did 4.5. So it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. It was a 5 fantastic. 5.
I loved the twists and turns of the story so much. I am obsessed with Allie's writing. She is one of my top tier authors. She's an auto buy for me. I absolutely love her writing.
And I loved her even more. We got the opportunity to meet her at Book Bonanza, and she's one of my favorite humans. She really is. She's so funny. See, Allie, if you ever watch this, you and I, we're best friends.
Overall, this was definitely a solid story with emotion, and she gave it a 5.
I gave it a 5. We're best friends. Okay.
All right, that concludes our spoiler-free quick review of the story. Now we are going to shift into that deeper discussion and talk about all the things that we just couldn't really say on here without giving spoilers. If you would like to continue that deeper discussion with us, simply click the link below or open any podcast platform and search Post-Book Depression. And we would absolutely love to connect with you on social media. You can find us on Instagram at Post-Book Depression Podcast, on Facebook in our Post-Book Depression discussion group, and you can also email us at postbookdepressionpodcast@gmail.com.